Welcome to Garden Fundamentals. Today I'll discuss the difference between softneck and hardneck garlic. I'll give you some pointers for buying seed garlic and explain the importance of nematodes. I'll then show you how I plant my garlic. Garlic is one of the easiest vegetables to grow, and everybody should be growing it. There are two basic kinds of garlic, hardneck and softneck. They are very similar, but it is important for you to know which one to grow. This table compares hardneck to softneck. Hardneck garlic tends to have a stronger flavor, but that depends a lot on the variety you grow. It makes larger cloves and is more cold hardy. Hardneck is grown mostly by gardeners in northern climates. Softneck garlic can be stored longer and make smaller cloves. The soft neck allows you to braid them together, something you can't do with hardneck. Most softneck do not make flower scapes. This can be a plus or minus. Flower scapes need to be removed in midsummer, creating more work. But some people like to eat them, and so they see this as a bonus crop. Softscape is more popular in warm climates. The picture on the left shows hardneck garlic. These bulbs have been dried a bit too much, but they clearly show the hard stem coming out of the center of the head. On the right side, we have softneck garlic. Notice that the stem is soft and flimsy. It is mostly made up of the same skin that surrounds the whole bulb, and the center of the stem is hollow. If you still can't decide between hardneck and softneck, you will be interested in this blog post which discusses the topic in more detail. Just click on the blue box and it will take you right to the post. This video will be paused while you have a look. Garlic is mostly pest-free, but it does have one pest which can be serious: the bloat nematode. This is a microscopic worm which attacks the garlic bulb, and a heavy infestation will destroy your crop. Once in your soil, it's difficult to get rid of. This has become a serious agricultural problem. In Ontario, most garlic fields are now infected. It is also a big problem in many US states, and it is present in Europe. The good news is that it does not travel very far in soil, and it doesn't move through the air. It won't show up in your garden unless your immediate neighbor has them, or you bring them into your garden along with your seed garlic. Now, garlic doesn't really have seed. The term seed garlic refers to the cloves you buy for planting. So as long as you buy clean, nematode-free garlic for planting, and your neighbor has clean soil, you will not have a nematode problem. Once you have been growing garlic, you will use your own seed garlic in future years. Where should you buy your seed garlic? If you are going to buy garlic for planting, only buy it from companies that have tested and certified their garlic to be nematode-free. This is one time when it is not a good idea to buy from your local farmer unless they are certified nematode-free. A second option is to get some garlic from a gardener you know very well and trust. Someone who has been growing their own garlic for at least 10 years and who has not introduced a new garlic source to their garden. I've been growing the same garlic for 15 years and I know it's nematode free. In that time, I have never added a new variety for fear of getting nematodes. Don't use garlic from a grocery store. It will grow and make garlic, but you don't know where it's been. They might look perfectly good, but you can't see a low infestation rate of nematodes. Don't take a chance. I am now going to show you exactly how to plant garlic. I live in Zone 5, and I harvest my garlic around mid-August. The garlic heads are dried, and then most of the stem is removed. They will sit in my shed until around mid-September, when it's planting time. In northern climates, you want to plant once you have some cool nights. I don't think the time is that critical, and I probably plant sooner than most people. I like to give the bulbs as much time as possible to set down a good root system before the ground freezes. The first step is to select the biggest cloves from the previous harvest. The theory is that if you plant big cloves, you will get big cloves. There seems to be no scientific evidence that this is actually true, but there is no harm in following the advice. Any bulb that shows damage should be sent to the kitchen for eating. You only want to plant the best bulbs you have. The next step is to take your selected heads and break them into individual cloves. As I go through this process, you can clearly see the hard stems in the center. If you have any smaller cloves, don't plant them. Eat them instead. Leave the paper coating on the cloves because it might protect them once they're planted. If some of the coating comes off, it doesn't really matter. The clove will still grow fine. The next step is to prepare the planting bed. I don't believe in digging up the vegetable garden before planting. You will have healthier soil if you disturb it as little as possible. I plant my garlic in the same row every year. Crop rotation makes sense in a large garden, but in most small home gardens like mine, there is no benefit in doing it. I also don't fertilize. The crop last year was good and the bulbs were large, so the soil clearly has enough nutrients. Why add more if they're not needed? Besides, some of the straw I use will decompose and add nutrients. I simply rake the surface of the soil a bit to make it level, and then using the edge of the rake, I make a small furrow 4 to 5 inches deep. Then take the cloves and set them about 6 inches apart. Cover the soil. I then cover the row with some loose straw. As the temperature drops, the straw will keep the cloves warm and they will grow for a longer period of time in the fall. More growth equals a bigger crop next year. The final step is to add some water and the job is done. Keep them well watered until the ground freezes. In early spring, remove most of the straw so that the soil can warm up. Once the soil is warm, put the straw back to keep moisture in the soil and to keep weeds down. In summer, keep the soil moist and weed regularly so the new garlic heads grow as big as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more great videos about gardening and garden design, please subscribe to my channel by pressing the subscribe button on this screen. You can unsubscribe at any time. GardenFundamentals.com is a weekly blog that provides lots of useful gardening and garden design information. Learn new gardening techniques, discover the best plant varieties, and improve your gardening design skills. The displayed button will take you directly to my blog. My other blog, GardenMyths.com, tries to uncover the truth behind common gardening advice. What really works to get rid of slugs? Can you build an artificial pond without a pump? Does citronella really ward off mosquitoes? These and many more garden myths are revealed on a weekly basis. Press the top button now and enter the world of garden myths.